Hey, thank you for joining. These are Starbucks locations in Tokyo, and whether you're a Starbucks fan or you've never really gone to them, these are worth trying out in Tokyo because they're so unique, and even the merchandise you can find in Japan is very, very interesting. I'm going to show you some of the gift cards that you can pick up while you're in Japan. Quite nice, right? And I'll show you some of the beautiful views that you can enjoy, such as this Starbucks in the Shinjuku Gyoen National Garden. Right, not only is the Starbucks probably one of the best views in the world, it also might be one of the longest lines in the world that I've seen for a Starbucks. And if you like train stations and the views, well hey, Starbucks found its way in the Akihabara station here in Tokyo. I'm going to start our Starbucks Tokyo tour here in Shibuya in the Miyashita Park. This location is right in the middle of this beautiful park, and this store is so clean and quite a unique store just right here in the middle of this park. Very friendly, inviting store, and I like how they really emphasize reusable cups, both for iced and hot drinks. It's kind of cool that even for iced drinks, Starbucks uses these paper cups for ice drinks. And great artwork too, really, really unique. Isn't this paper cup lined with Sakura artwork such a unique and beautiful cup? I even like the merchandise that you can pick up from Japan, including mugs and tumblers, thermoses. All of them are reasonably priced in yen, about $20 on average. And look, they even have these little tiny ceramic mugs with snow globes on top, both the little Shibas or for cat lovers. There's even an entire lineup of their Starbucks merchandise with the Fragment Mist designer that's really famous out here in Japan too. So get something that you can only find here in Tokyo. And if you could see the little price tags on these, the prices range from about 4,000 to 5,000 yen. And if you thought the merchandise was unique, how about these pastries? Look how enticing and beautiful that Oreo looks in that pound cake. Matcha donuts, they have breakfast items, even cheesecakes, a Sakura chiffon cake, which I actually brought back to the States for my wife. All these delectable, way better presented than anything I've seen in the United States. And if you want breakfast, oh yeah, those sandwiches, they look tasty. Waffles, hot dog. I mean, Asians love their hot dogs, let me tell you. Meanwhile, the pastries in Arizona look as dry as their weather. And what is that, a whole stack of bananas? You know what? They got nothing else to sell. Yeah. Here in Japan, it is obvious that they have such high standards for service and what they have to offer, and that even includes their bags. And yes, these do feel like paper because they are paper. I don't know about their napkins though. Is it just me, or do Japanese napkins kind of feel and sound like gift wrap tissue? Oh yeah, and again, these are just a couple of examples of some gift cards you could pick up in Japan. Also, if you buy these gift cards in Japan, you need to use them in Japan. But that should be no problem, especially if you're like me and addicted to coffee, or if you want to use these to just load up and buy merchandise or gifts while you're there, instead of using your yen and, suka. Load these up instead, that way you get to keep these afterwards. And whether or not you like Starbucks, you've got to check out the Shinjuku Gyoen National Garden while you're here in Tokyo. It features a beautiful lake, nature, cherry blossoms, and of course, this Starbucks. Right, not only is the Starbucks probably one of the best views in the world, it also might be one of the longest lines in the world that I've seen for a Starbucks. Now, how Starbucks found its way into a national garden, let alone even in Japan, I have no idea. But I will say, at least their coffee is going to be better than most of the coffees that I'm sure you've had at like a museum or something. And oh yes, even here in Asakusa, past the temple gates and through the Nakami streets, there is yet another Starbucks. But like all the other Starbucks, again, this is meticulously crafted and they have all of the pastries. I really wish I had a chance to try those waffles though, but just look at the variety of foods. Oh, and by the way, if you do find this video to be enjoyable, please drop a like and subscribe to support. This is the immensely popular Shibuya Crossings nearby my hotel, and they had a Starbucks on the second level of this building here, but it was going through a remodel. It looks like the Starbucks there should be open actually in April, which is now. So feel free to enjoy some great views there if you can. But in the meantime, I got to enjoy Akihabara's location out here in the Atre 1 shopping plaza. So on their second up to fourth levels, they have cafes where you could view the trains going by. You could see some of the colorful buildings of the electric town. And it's right here at the JR Akihabara station. So you can catch a train right after grabbing a cup of coffee. Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. And I hope that you get to enjoy some coffee no matter where you choose to go out in Japan. Have a good one.